Hi everyone, it's Lisa with InkandInspiration.com. Welcome to week 4 of our 12 weeks of Halloween, and this is the little treat box we're making today. I made it this size so that it would fit one of these little containers of M&Ms inside. So let's look and see what we're going to need to create this. I have a piece of basic gray cardstock cut at 6.5 by 8.5. I have about a 3x4 piece of Whisper White cardstock, and it is for stamping and punching. And then I have about a 3-inch strip of this pumpkin pie orange glimmer paper that is in the holiday catalog. I love it for Halloween, and I'm going to use that for some punching. So let's get started with our scoring and our assembly of the box. I'm going to put the short side up at the top first, and I'm going to take my little scoring tool, and on this side, on the 6.5-inch side, we're going to score at 1.5, 3, 4.5, and 6. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to score at 1.5 and 7.5. All right. Let's go ahead and fold on those score lines with our bone folder to get a good crease. Now we're going to do some stamping on this cardstock as a background, and so we're going to do that before we assemble it. It makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, so now this is our template here. I made it out of retired colored cardstock, and we're going to cut off these small rectangles formed at the top and the bottom here. So let me get my paper snips and just cut those off. And then we'll do some trimming on the score lines. We're going to cut up on the top and the bottom. And you can see here on these scores, this is a little wider than this side. This smaller side is going to be the bottom, okay? The top has a different kind of closure, and so I wanted it to be a little larger. But we're going to go ahead and cut on those, and again here on the top. Now, I am using images from the Cookie Cutter Halloween set, the little skeleton, and I'm using this Trick or Treat sentiment from the Spooky Fun set. Both of these are the holiday catalog available on September 1st, 2016. So that's getting close, and I'm super excited. Now this little bat is from the Cookie Cutter Halloween set, and I'm just going to use my Tuxedo Memento Black ink and ink that up. And this is the top. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bat on each of those. Some of them will be seen, some of them won't, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then on this, I'm just going to randomly stamp the little bats, kind of creating our own designer paper. Trying to vary the direction that I'm putting the bats. Got a little bit of the ghosting there on the, that's what I call it, when I get too much ink around the edge. But I'm not going to worry about that. And you see a little white space here. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to just assemble this just like this. I want to go ahead and put some fast fuse on this tab, and then that's going to fold around here and like that. And then the bottom we can go ahead and put together. I'm going to fold in the 2 side tabs first. I'm trying to make sure I get my back correct here. And then here's the back seam. So this is the back tab. Fold that in, and then I can go ahead and secure that bottom. Okay? And so here I'm going to fold in these 2 tabs like that, and then this is going to be our top closure that we'll finish in just a minute. But first, let's do a little bit more stamping and punching. I've got the little skeleton. I'm using the Memento Black ink again, and then we're going to punch this out with that super cute cookie cutter builder punch. So let me get him on here, and then I'm going to take the punch that has escaped me. Here it is. I'm just going to slide that in, and it'll cut out some extra little pieces. But I found if I have it about 3 inches wide or so, it's going to work well for me, okay? And you can save those other little pieces or not. I'm taking my Wink of Stella glitter pen, and I'm going to just paint in his open space, his little bones in his skull, just to make him a little sparkly on our project, kind of to match the glimmer paper. Okay, let me pick him up a little bit so you can see him a little sparkly. Okay, let him dry just a bit, and we'll take our strip of glimmer paper and a 2-inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch that out just like that. Makes a really cute background. And then, let's see, I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to use 2. I'm going to use 2. You can see I'm using some leftover Whisper White that I didn't use on another project. Had some printing on the back. In fact, it was a shower invitation that I had excess of, and I didn't want to have to throw that Whisper White away. Okay, so there he is, and now let's do our sentiment and get our stamping and punching done with, and then we're going to do a little bit more embellishing on the box. Okay, so trick or treat, and I'm going to stamp that there, and then on my tip of the week last week, my Tuesday tip, I showed a good way to use this punch to vary the size of it. So I'm sliding it down this way, punch. Then I want to make it a shorter size but have that same shape. So I have a Post-it note. I'm going to put it on the sticky part, and then I'm going to tear that off to give me some room, and then slide that in here and cut it a little shorter. There we go. So now that's ready to go, and then watch. Take this glimmer paper, the classic label punch again. I have this space down here that I can use to punch a full classic label punch. And then this is going to go right on top of it. And I'm going to use our Tombow liquid glue for this because I found that this is the adhesive that works best with our glimmer paper, so it'll go down in between those little grooves of the glitter. Okay, all right, that's just about ready to go. So let's get our box, and I'm going to go ahead and get my handheld punch and punch the top. I'm doing both of them at the same time, punching through. That'll form our closure. I'm going to take my little skeleton and glue him right here in the center. I'm going to use Fast Fuse so I don't have to wait for him to dry. Then I'm going to take these two washi tape designs from the Halloween Night washi tape collection. So cute, these little silver bats. And I decided I was going to add something to this basic gray paper with the little bats on it. And so I took washi tape and I'm going to come around like this because I want to see, let's see, I want the seam in the back. So I'm going to pull that up a bit, wrap that around, just like that. Then come around with it and just, you can cut it or tear it. Okay. Then I'm going to take the other little dotted with it has the pumpkin pie in it. I thought that would be cute with the glimmer paper. And I'm going to come on around. I have the first one to use to gauge where to start. I want a little space of basic gray in between. So I'm just going to wrap it around. Just like this. And tear it. And then I want one more piece below it to like border it off. So I'm going to come around like this. The washi tape is pretty forgiving. You can, if you don't really press it down, you can pull it up without marring your cardstock or your paper. There we go. Now, let's take our sentiment and put a little Tombow there and hold that there for a second. Isn't that cute? I love those fonts on that Spooky Fun set. And the sentiments are so cute for Halloween. Just perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and put our M&Ms in. Keep somebody from eating them. And I have a piece of each color of the Halloween Night Baker's Twine. And I'm just going to slip those through there. If I hold my mouth just right, I might get it through. There we go. And I'll slip it through the back. This will be a nice closure. And I'm going to pull it together here. Just like that. I don't really put a crease or a score or a fold in that. I just kind of bend it to close it. And then I'm going to tie a knot here with both of the little twines. And there you go. Okay, I hope you'll have fun putting one of those together. I love this little set, and I think you will too. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.